Hi, welcome back to my channel. This is Jennifer Scrapping Cane. If you're new here, welcome. I see I have quite a few new subscribers. And if you're coming back for another layout from me, thank you. I am much enjoying this and trying to make the best of it. Today I'm sharing two photos of my older sisters and my mom. Again, while they were in Chicago, my grandpa took these photos. They were originally slides and I believe the one of my sister by herself he printed, but the other one is from a slide, and those are in color because all of his photos on slides he kept in color. But if they were printed, usually he printed in black and white, probably cost wise, I'm assuming. But some of the photos are in color and in black and white, so it just depends, I guess. He liked both, I know that. So here I'm pulling out some really old Simple Stories stash. This was for the old or the older, the original Snap albums that had little cards that you could place, or little pockets you could place these little pieces in. So it gave you like 2x2 cards and 3x3, and I believe there was 4x4 pieces of paper in there too. Maybe not in this pack. But there's cute little embellishments. This one was like a seasonal one, so it had all four seasons plus a little bit of extra stuff like holidays. And I took out the stuff that matched for fall. And that's what I plan on using for this layout here is just those little tiny pieces of pattern paper. And then I went digging way in the stash. I went and dug in my Chatterbox. I haven't pulled Chatterbox out for a while, and Chatterbox is super thin. It's like copy paper. This one here actually is a cardstock. They started coming out with these, I believe, just before they closed up. But this one is like a normal paperweight. So that's the one I'm going to use as my background. But the other piece that I'm going to use, actually, yeah, there's only one. It's the orange one. That's another Chatterbox, and it's like copy paper thin. You'll see when I wave it around here in a minute. This one is from a paper pad, but this orange one is Chatterbox. See how flimsy it is? But it worked fine, and it's perfect because once it's placed on another piece of paper, you really can't tell, and it matches perfectly with this Simple Stories paper. So that's what I wanted it for. So then I had this stripe on the background, which I'm giving up the stripe because it didn't work with this collection. So, but I still have like half of a sheet. I think I didn't use it all on this layout. And then this paper was from a paper pad, and it's just hexagons in different shades of green, and it matches perfectly again with the green in the plaid paper. That plaid paper was my favorite. And I only have those two little squares, a 2x2, and then the other square that I believe was 3x3. So I trimmed some of those down. I trimmed my papers down, and I'm going to get started on the layout. And I kept it fairly simple just because I didn't have very much to work with as far as pattern papers went, but also because of the photos. They're not formal photos, they're just sitting in the living room after they got dressed. And my mom, probably gave them a bath and got them ready for the day. And they're just cute pictures. So I just want to document them. And here, this was another piece of Chatterbox paper that was brown. It matched the wood grain. I didn't have enough of the wood grain to do this scallop edge, so I pulled out that brown one and I just trimmed off, I believe, just a 1 by 12 inches little strip of paper. And then I used my scallop border punch to make a scallop, and it worked perfectly just to add a little bit more brown to the layout because I am going to use that brown piece of paper. These little tiny leaves were cut with a metal die, and then also the little stick that's on the brown cardstock too, or the brown pattern paper from Chatterbox. And they worked fine in the dies. They cut perfectly, no issues there. So I don't have very many sheets left of the Chatterbox. I did love Chatterbox. That was probably one of the first companies that I started using pattern paper versus just solids. because their pattern papers, some of them were tone on tone. So that's when I started finding out that, oh, I can use a color, but it has the same tone and it's still a pattern, and add more to the layout. So that was definitely one of the first ones that I started using for pattern papers. This little leaf one was my favorite. I wish that one wasn't a bigger one, but it wasn't. So I put the little title for girls on there, and then up here I'm using one of these foam titles from Thickers that just says pretty. So the title is going to be Pretty Girls. And then this cute little owl I wanted to add over here, and I put the little branch behind him so it kind of looks like he's sitting on a tree. And then he has little leaves around him. And I'm going to add some more leaves of the die cut ones over here. And I have some wood veneer pieces too there on the desk. I'm not sure if I showed those at the beginning, but those are from Some Assemblage Required. That's MK Gun Shop. And those ones, I believe, came in a box. Maybe not. They might have been available just in the shop. But they're just really cute sunflowers with leaves. I don't think she has them in the shop anymore. I actually didn't look. But she always has lots of leaves and nice little wood grain embellishments for fall. So here's just a few of the leaves that I added in over here. I'm going to add one of the sunflowers. I already did right there by Girls, and I haven't really put them down. They're not, nothing's glued down yet except for the papers behind Pretty Girls and Pretty Girls on top, but it's not glued down. Any of the thickers, I always add liquid glue because they don't stay. Um, Thickers are notorious for not sticking to the paper, so I just put them down and then I will go back and add liquid glue. So down here at the bottom, I'm going to add this cute little pumpkin. And I do believe these photos were probably taken in December. Um, and it's fine. I'm going to go ahead and add the pumpkin. I didn't have a Christmas tree to add. So, and I'm not even sure it's at Christmas. It could have been just early December. That's when they were in Chicago, was, I believe, November to December. And then they came back to Colorado in January. So, but it's okay. It's really cute and it matches like the colors of the photos and stuff. So I'm going to use it up and get it out of my stash. And it's something I didn't get rid of because I really liked it. So I wanted to use it. So I figured, let's use it. I'm going to try to use the winter one. There's some other papers in there for winter and a cute little snowman. I'm going to try to do another one when it comes, probably in December. I'll start doing winter layouts. But here again, I'm just tucking in some more of the die cut leaves, and everything at this point I believe is glued down now, except for this little flower over here that I'm going to add, but I'm going to put the sunflower right on top of it. I just wanted the green leaves to poke out from underneath it because it's really cute that way. So that's what I did. And I was okay with covering the flower up. It's not a big deal. I kind of wanted it to look more fall versus spring or anything else. So adding the sunflowers just kind of, I think, shows that a little bit more as fall. And I was just trimming the pea because I couldn't get the sunflower to stick underneath the leaf so that I could lay it on top of the sunflower and on top of the pea. And then I'm going to add sequins. These are crispy leaves. These are available in the shop right now for Spiegelmom Scraps. And you can use my code at any time and save 15% in her shop on any of the sequins. But this one here matched perfectly. The only color I'm not using is the teal color that's in there. But I will have another layout that's going to use the same sequence and I get to use the teal. So, but this one here didn't have teal in the papers, so I'm just using the tan and brown colored sequins that are in there. And I'm just kind of randomly adding them in a couple of places, and I believe I'm done. Here's a little slowdown of the layout. Hope you guys enjoyed today's layout. I really enjoyed making it, and when I went to go take the close-ups, I realized I didn't trim the little paper at the bottom. It was hanging over the edge, and I needed to trim it off. But I did for the close-ups, as you can see. And again, thank you. Welcome to my page. Hope you guys enjoyed, and please subscribe and like, and I will see you guys in the next video.